Iron-ribbed vehicle of light, pitched against the sky. Space for all weathers. Sullen winter at ease with swallow flits, motionless air wing sliced. Once upon a Bura time, bog train rode bog plains. Peat cargoes packed in metal pockets, held in place by steel rivets, heavy with purpose. Spring pokes a tease of wild bog rosemary through slats in metal floors, like ivy climbing through deserted windows in a house alive once with human voices. 6 carriages yoked to engine, caboose for tea, sandwiches and crack. Men on a break, playing cards, snap or 25, reading the paper, or with a sidelong eye each other's faces, far more reliable than ink. Spectral ghosts now. Fireflies sparked in a maddening dance, out of steam. Perhaps bog train transforms to charabanc, time rusting back to bare frame. Bog train, receptacle for delicate cobwebs, skeletal across this landscape. Or a bronco bucked out of place, back broken. You also broke the back of countless labour, ferried the peat that lit the fires, that stoked engines, that fed industries, that brought work, which supported families in houses Jack built, degraded our planet. In dreams, a man rides his shunting journeys on a bog train, sheened by sunshine. Before everything derails, he leans out into July heat, waves at a grey partridge or a scuttling hare, or at nothing or no one in particular, leaving a trail of thick, dense smoke, signals in his wake. Named for a forest in Bavaria, trees rooted down sepulchral centuries, green shoots tannin-dyed, moulded by darkness. No nesting birds, no nestling moons, curved in crevices between bark and branch. Stag god Cernunnos dipped his midnight quill in raven's ink, spiky as a porcupine, silhouettes outlined. He created ferocious dragons, fiery breaths frozen in charcoal, slithery serpents resilient in oak, Picasso style, raised from ghostly realms by human hands, glorious as stalactite emperors. Rain blesses elk antlers, feathered swans, whatever shape eye of the beholder sees, sunshine gills, daylight rinses clean. Keep a green tree in your heart, and perhaps a singing bird will come. Wet slimed like seaweed gathered on seashores, Sphagnum's antiseptic bandage staunched wounds, helped soldiers ruptured to bone survive mud-filled, rat-infested trenches. Sphagnum's memory bank records changes stored in branch and stem, leaf and bark. Swallow clusters flown over lakes thick with frog spawn, wetland pierced by curlew's plaintive cries. Autumn sunshine blazing on heather, the hen harrier in motion, Orion's belt, Taurus, the plough, aching clarity in skies untroubled by fluorescent mortar explosions. Sphagnum absorbs up to 20 times its weight, water or blood. As warriors from myth knew well, battle scars cool, no cure for deeper wounds, carbon release, cutaway plunder. Dappled light pleats lilac shadings, blue meshes with pink, bog-weathered morning enters its stride, Colour sharpens as light deepens, spider webs drape lacy antimacassars across purple heathers, yellow-flowered asphodel. Early frost begins to thaw, burgeoned sphagnum's already swollen hoard. Dew glistens pearly frog spawn, dragonflies hover close by. Skylarks rise with meadow pipits and willow warblers or stall over a bog bean pool. Man and beast leave traces in their wake, a thumbprint traced in buried bog butter, a saltcer creased by righteous devotion, elk bone fragments, bodies, stabs of bog shadow struggle with bog memory, sacrificial wounds. We glimpse survival in russet-edged leaves, mauve bruises ruffled onto moss. Bog is like a treasure-filled galleon, centuries deep, imperial measure in peat. We lose sight how, even inconsequentials, become more than their sum of parts. Faithful to its seasons, bog keeps track. Elk. The word kicks at our throats like fine whiskey, Irish, on Fia Moor. Centuries interred in bog, brought to surface from peaty layers, created in air by Heaney, freedom forges new territories. If desecration brings just reprisal, it's to see ebonized magnificence picked clean to bone. Worshipped by tribesmen, elk felt Siberian winds, new African horizons, crossed Eurasia. Stranded in his frozen world, felled by hunger's icy daggers, why wouldn't we claim him as our own? A tarred pathway in Bora, opposite the bird hide, beyond the partridge farm, coniferous forest. Remnants of a storm shoreline exist when River Shannon and its lakes, Lough Ree and Lough Derg, covered much of the Midlands. Proof of colonies, earlier lives marked in charcoal, V-shaped axes made from hard stone. Age to age, Mesolithic hunters transitioned, survived by foraging, sat by roasting fires outside long timber houses, eating fresh kill, a Mesolithic barbecue of sorts, or chewing gum made from birch bark, hazelnuts found in hazel woods. Children suckled then slept, sung to rest by Mesolithic lullabies, flame flickered across rosy skin, star lanterns studded dark Mesolithic skies. Whatever time or place we leave traces, folds, creases, pinch points, our comings and goings mapped out like scent drifted from history's open windows. The Mesolithic hazel trees, so like those circled around the legend's sacred pool, salmon feeding on leaves, hazel wisdom gifted to Fionn McCool. Heartache also navigates its own trail, generation upon generation, desecrated forests, ravaged landscape, bird song silenced. There's joy in preservation, or future in safekeeping. Hot, humid landscapes, Sierra Leone, Senegal, exchanged for Bora, shy observer, hidden in damp reeds, dark, brown, black-striped plumage, bestows camouflage, long bill flute music heard on a bog summer's evening, fueled by drumming bleats, zigzag flights vibrate wing-spanned feathers. Nashok, Irish for snipe, scientific name Gallinago, Gallinago, echoes astronomer Galileo, Galileo. You also belong to the night, outlined stark against skies scattered with stars, each a mirror of bright bird eye. I find you hovering over dazzled light, faithful to your flower. Long bee tongue, mandibles moving, you gather sweet nectar. Black and orange stripes blend white and lemon shades. Drunk on vanilla scent, pollen pellets swell on thread-thin hind leg. Wings mirror translucent drips of slow time. Come September, taken from warm apiary, brought to chill bog air, you'll gorge on ling heather. Some will perish, others carry on, busy among soft purples. Returned to hive late autumn, bloated, port wine coloured honey in a jar, row after row, stagnant on supermarket shelf. Sirocco winds sieve fine Sahara drifts onto windscreens, nature's exotic gift, blood thicker than water, bog dust thicker than sand, shed from peaty pyramids. Summer after summer, under fingernails, lodged into crevices, back-breaking graft, cold tea slaked thirst, butter melted on bread, lapwing or plover overhead. Bog dust smells of wet winters, even in heat. Fathers, lone cowboys with donkeys, head honchos, their tower blocks rising sod by sod, nearest thing to skyscraper on bog prairie. Mothers complained, bog dust hidden in new washed linen, powdery clots crushed into seams, rolled up sleeves, shaken out on washboard ribs. Flat bog prairie sometimes yielded secret bounty, discarded metal, old buttons, bodies, bog spirits invisible, freed through trepanned skulls. A Spitfire sunk in a Donegal bog, lifted out, all guns blazing. If we'd only known how deep elk sleeps, deaf to our vibrations, thorny like holly, his antlers prized, sold at auction to the highest bidder. What rituals we perform to raise this Lazarus, dervish dances, passion stirred in storms of dust. Bury me in sound-proofed soft sedge. Let me lie protected by antlered wings. No shroud. Instead, fold me in summer wild bog flowers. Keep every orifice free, so bog juices fill up every pore, so my story flows for centuries to come. Plant no tree, create no sculpture as mark. Leave nothing between me and naked sky. Bog birds will know. I'll hear skylark's song. Iridescent ibis will shimmer all across this dark, dank landscape. So I, an ordinary woman, contribute layer by carbonized layer, sealed in bog rosemary, asphodel or heather, blood of my bog blood, floating in myriad coloured sphagnum beds.